Good morning and welcome to Rapid Dawn. It is a beautiful Monday morning right here on channel 176 Star Times. My name is Cynthia Agbo. It has been a very eventful, I won't say chaotic weekend. I would just leave it at eventful. Lots of things happened, lots of things revealed, lots of allegations made, a whole lot of things just to occupy you from Friday to Monday. And here we are to give you all of these things throughout the week. But then starting with Monday, how are we going to start this now? Anyway, Ugochukwu, how are you?
Yeah, eventful seems to be the word that perfectly describes everything that happened over the weekend. Lots of people actually became millionaires overnight. I don't know if you've been tapping.
I hate the fact that you have the sauce for me to be a millionaire and you didn't give it to me.
Oh my goodness. I mean, if you were a beneficiary of the North Coin Largesse, congratulations to you. And if you have been roped into the business of tapping, more grace. Keep tapping, keep tapping, keep tapping. Oh yeah? I hope the fruits of your tapping
Tap.
would come sooner than expected. Well, it's actually great to be here. It's a new week. Looking forward to the opportunities and yeah, the platforms that it presents.
Well, it is a new week, another opportunity for some persons to say, dear sir, ma. But be hopeful.
I hope this mail meets you well.
Exactly.
Find attached.
Exactly. It's our Motivational Monday. So
Yeah.
what I would just say to you is that whatever it is you're doing, try as much as possible to keep an open mind. Be positive about it. And one of those your DSRs might just click. That's what I'm going to say. All right, so we're going to kickstart this morning with your health. I mean, okay, we've motivated you, but we can still do your health. On health and wellness this morning, we're going to be looking at something on ulcer. A lot of people have several misconceptions about ulcer. A lot of people just think ulcer to be one thing based on what someone says to them. But then how do you manage it? What does it look like? How does it feel like? How do you know if that is what exactly is going on with you? All right, let's check this out. All right, welcome back. That was the basic things you need to know about ulcer, how to identify it, and what to do. I would always advise that once you begin to feel any sort of symptoms, try as much as possible to see your doctor and to get the help that you need to get.
Yeah, it could be life-threatening. I've seen somebody who's dealing with that a condition, and trust me, that it's not something that I wish for myself. You know, especially the part where yes, if it's a peptic or gastric ulcer, and then, oh, do you want to eat this one? No, I cannot. Do you want to? No, I cannot. Doctor said I could. I can't. No, me that. I mean, on a hot day, I could want to go for ice cream or have oranges. Or you saying I cannot eat this one, I cannot eat that one.
You will adjust.
No.
You will adjust.
This is why I wake up in the morning and first thing you want to do is just thank God for good health. Yeah.
Absolutely. Good health. I mean, every day we sleep and wake up and we just feel like it's a normal thing, and we are just like, oh, okay, another day is here. But there's some persons that sleeping through the night was like
I've
something
seen
else.
people who are dealing with ulcers. They can't sleep. They can't. They're so unsettled because the pain is there.
Absolutely.
It's not an easy thing to deal with.
Anyway, before we move on to fashion this morning, let us look at something beautiful. This is how to make croissant. I know that.
Is it croissant? You have to put the inflection, like like you're the French.
When it comes to food now, all
Croissant.
all the muscles in you will be activated. You see? Anyway, let's check out this video of making croissant.
Yeah, that's it.
Ah, that was making croissant by my favorite chef, Chef Cupid. It's like a blend of uh, sugar daddy and the young one. No, Chef Cupid is a very amazing chef. Like whenever he's in the kitchen, you just see, and he's very neat. He's always cleaning, so everything is just so.
The editing of the videos are also on point.
Aside from that, I've seen Chef Cupid cook like in real, like he's so detailed, he's so clean, he's so it's like you're in the kitchen cooking, but you don't want your hands to get stained. So he's so, I mean, everything is just so on point. Whenever he's and he has let's just say he's good at what he does.
Yeah.
And a lot of young chefs actually
You
do.
could tell just by looking at him.
Oh well. Oh well, you can see that. I only like good things. Alright, so let us now go to fashion. Now the thing is this. Over the weekend there was the Cameroon International Film Festival, right? And just like how we have our AMVCA people looking dashing and all the actors, actresses, guests, they all came
Coming with the gliz, the glamour, the razzle dazzle.
exactly,
Looking to make a statement, looking to make the headlines.
and the rest. But then when it came to the Cameroon Film Festival, a lot of people have been saying, I don't know, I really do not share I do not share some of the opinion because you cannot compare the Nigerian film industry and the Cameroon movie industry, right? They are not where the Nigerian film industry is, right? It will take them some time to get to where we are. So they had their film festival. We had a couple of our actors like Alex Okubo and the rest of them present at the event. But let's check out some of the outfits. Some people say, so we're going to look at some of the outfits that I would say they were gang. Then we will not have the ones that were like, okay, not really gang, but it will make you feel
minus 10 over 10.
it will make you feel like, what did you wear? Right? So let's start with the good ones, okay? Let's start with the good ones. Let's start with the outfits from the film festival. Let's start with those ones, the good ones. Okay. What's this giving you?
It's giving. I'm a gentleman, but I want to be a princess as well.
Jeez. Next. Let's move.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, this is lovely.
Yeah, this is nice. This wants to give us
Butterfly.
the Nigerian energy. Let's go to the next one. I really, when I saw this guy, I'm trying to remember his name now. I was like, okay, this is good. But this looks like your everyday
Yeah, quite simple.
soup, but he wore it beautifully.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one. Ah, I liked this
This
one.
is Royale.
I liked this
Reminds
one.
me of Aiko Sakirdua.
It fits him so well. It fits him so well. Let's move to the next one. This is plain.
Yeah, quite simple.
This is, yeah, but it fits him as well. Let's go to the next one. Yes, this wants to give us the AMVCA kind of energy a bit.
Yeah.
Yes. Next.
Oh, yes.
Now, this is my favorite, actually.
This is lovely.
This looks like what I would love to wear.
Is she standing on something or that's her
That's
real
her
height?
That's her height.
Whoa, stunning.
Yes, that's her height. Let's move to the next. Pretty in orange.
Love it.
Next. Okay, so at this point, yeah, at the camp, I was confused if it was a Max party or not because we had a couple of them with a Max. So I was confused. Let's move to the next. So these are our IK and what's this guy's name again?
Alex?
I mean, sorry, Alex and I'm trying to remember this guy's name. Oh my word. Our wonderful actor. Let's move to the next. Okay.
What in the Confucianist is this?
Okay. I felt like the dress was better off without.
That combination doesn't work for me.
Okay, let's move to the next. Yes, I like this one. But the way that man was looking at her,
Why is he looking at her like that?
it felt like the princess among everybody. It felt like looking at that look was more like, girl, you're looking overdressed. But I feel like she's looking good. Okay, she's looking very
It's
good.
giving Princess Diana.
No, not Princess Diana. Never.
But it's giving a princess though.
Yes. Let's move to the next.
Oh.
This one to remind me of our designer, Tiana.
James?
No, Tiana. Let's move to the next. I like this one actually.
Yeah, she wears it with some elegance and poise.
Yes, you need to see her standing.
With,
Beautiful.
You know, shoes to match, jewelries to match as well.
Okay, this one came with 3 outfits. Actually, this was the 3 outfits for the 3 days. Actually, this. Let's move to the next. Okay, this isn't bad. This is good. Next. At this point, like I said, I got confused if it was a Max party or something.
Now, this is quite simple though.
She wants to look like Halima Abubakar.
Quite simple.
Next.
A winner on the night.
This.
It's giving Destiny a tickle.
Oh! Okay. Okay.
Even though, you know.
See another Max. I was like, what's going on with the Max thing? I don't know what I think, but it was more like
Way too simple for me.
No. It's not even about the simplicity. I felt like the Max should have been off, and
Maybe these are not their what's it called now? These are not their top names or the top faces at the event.
come on.
Yeah, could be a random person.
We'll move to the random people. Don't worry. Go next. Okay, there's this Alex and another of their actor. Next. Okay, so this lady, this was what she wore for the entire 3 days. But I really still don't understand what's up with the max. That's where I'm getting
Maybe it's
confused.
a theme of the award or something.
Okay, so let's now move on to the ones that I don't understand what they were wearing. Okay, I don't want to call them the film festival minors, but I don't know what they're wearing. But let's just check this one's out. This one looks like your school teacher.
Brakunle.
I mean, I don't know if he came for the award.
It looks like your typical banker that you're going to see on a Monday morning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next person. Now, I don't get this.
This is Auntie Beatrice
Oh my God.
showing up in pink, black, and green.
And green with a red shoe. Ah, next. Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Let's move to the next. I did not understand this one at all.
Okay.
I did.
I'm just trying to process this one.
Okay.
Oh. You didn't tell me your man was at the event.
What? What?
Cynthia's man was heavily represented.
Well, I'll put out a disclaimer officially on that. I think we have another one. This, I don't know. It was
Does snow fall in Cameroon?
maybe on that day it did.
Because I don't understand the jacket. Like, what were you trying to achieve?
Now this fur coat is it will be very hot. Come on. Next. I don't know what he was trying to pull here, but
Maybe a matrix.
I think we have another one. That'll be more encouraging. Okay. Okay.
Are you encouraged?
Okay. Okay.
I hope you're encouraged, my dear.
There should be another one. There should be. Wow. Wow. This fringe dress. Oh.
This is not bad. No, not this one.
Which one? The next one.
Yes. This is not bad.
Okay. Did he come to the party with this?
I mean, this is a solid attempt.
Okay, great. There should be
Yeah.
another one.
I like the kicks.
This looks more like a wedding outfit, like you're going for a wedding reception. If you ask me, that's what I think, though. Is there another one? Yes.
Auntie, did you come for a children's birthday
I
party?
really did not get this outfit. Like, I did not understand what this was. I was trying to look very well. If that's a slit at the back, it was really big, very wide. And then her posture was not even helping matters.
What are we saying your inner wear?
I think this is the one that is trying to give the Destiny to go. Right.
And by the way, she did say that she wasn't even at the awards, you know, because lots of people were bashing her because of that picture that was put out. She was like, guys, I wasn't even there.
So why did she post that picture on the day of the award, like every other person?
It's her page. She has the right to post whatever she wants.
I feel like
whenever
she
wants.
achieved what she wanted to achieve, making people feel like she was at the AMVCA, getting the attention, and then
But couldn't deal with the backlash.
exactly. And maybe she attended the after party or something. But then you don't different actors who did not go for the AMVCA didn't have to put out a picture, you know, an all glamorous outfit like every other person who's attending.
You know how it is that she belongs to those clique of actors you would not exactly expect at an AMVCA or to be nominated for AMVCA. You know how some people categorize Asaba movies, and then there's the other part of Nollywood.
That
as
is
well.
one bias that needs to be corrected in the movie industry here in Nigeria. That bias really needs to be. I've said that
so
a lot of
whose
times.
duty is it to address it? Because you find out that a lot of producers, when they want to do a movie, they have like this clique of actors that or actresses that they would go for.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, well, whereas for some other producers, they also have the clique of actors and actresses that they would go for.
That's why, like I said, that bias needs to be adjusted, because when we talk about the African Magic Viewers Choice Award, now who is even African Magic? Who is African Magic? It's not just about the Netflix movies. It's not just about the ones we see on Prime no.
It's actually hard for you to see a movie that shows an African Magic being nominated for the award.
Exactly, and it is a bias that needs. So we cannot be saying that our movie industry is all about the creme de la creme. That's not true, because we still have the people who actually makes the real African movies. We still have the people who started this industry. Where did most of these actors start from? I'm not talking about the present ones that just started. I'm talking about the likes of the Mama G. We're talking about the RMDs. We're talking about, did they start with cinema films? No. Where did they start from?
You also have to acknowledge the fact that social media has done a lot of birding and popular actors a lot of good. You know, you do a short film, or you're featured in something that would eventually gain a lot of traction. You put it out on social media, and before you know it, you're getting calls from everywhere. Most of the names that you're dropping now, they do not have the luxury of social media, you know, back in the day.
We are not talking about social media. You're talking about African Magic Viewers Choice Award.
It has basically given credence to a lot of people that we address as celebrities. They have not done half of the things that them Nkemowo, RMD have done, but simply because of social media, because of the followers that they have, because of one or two things they've done, probably one or two skits, and suddenly they're getting nominations for the AMVCA. So yeah, social media has played a major role in that whole dichotomy.
So when we are talking about, now this still brings me back to what I'm saying. Are we supposed to be judging our African Magic Viewers Award based on social media? No. That's why I said the organizers really need to do their homework. They need to go back to the drawing board and know that where they are failing, because this is not the first time we talk about this. We've talked about this several times. You have it was just recently we had the likes of Mama G on the show, on the award, who was given she was given the award of
I think it was a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Lifetime Achievement Award. It was just what year was that? And then we had RMD this last time, which people were even saying that why pick an RMD when we have a Pete Doche, when we have an Nkemowo, when we have I'm not saying an RMD is a bad choice. No,
he's been around for a while.
He has
a long time.
He has also paid his dues as well. He's not a small man. But then you start asking yourself, why is it, if not for bias, certain bias in this whole thing, why is it taking so long for a person like a Pete Doche to get a Lifetime Achievement Award? Many of these people that we're talking about, we're seeing them in the cinema film, they still pay homage to a Pete Doche. Where were they when a pet was on screen? Come on, what are we talking about here? Let us look at our elders and give them respect.
Yeah.
That's just how I say it. But then, maybe one of these days we will really take our time to talk about the Nigerian film industry, because every time the AMVCA is being announced, I don't feel any excitement, because I just see that it is the same faces we see in the cinema movie that we see again.
I think the organizers, it does look like, the organizers sit down. Okay, which movies trended on social media? Which movies gained the most traction?
Which people are glamorous, glitz, and look
which movie got the most hashtags? And if you look at all of the movies that were nominated, from Breath of Life to The Tribe Called Judah, to Afame Funa, to Blood Vessel, it's a Blood Vessel of Blood Sisters now, all of these movies,
even that Blood Sisters, come on, what was that?
Were popular on social media. So it's hard for you to see an Asaba movie, that gets nominated, and then because it gets nominated, and people start to ask, okay, who has seen this movie? Where did you guys get the name from?
No, it was shock. No, that's not true. it will shock you that if just like how we have in the Grammys, and they had to create a category because when the category came, and the likes of Burna Boy and Angelika Kidjo were put in one category with the foreign songs, people were complaining, why do you, I mean, this is Afrobeat. Afrobeat should have its own. And guess what? The next one, Afrobeat, was given its own category, which was where we have Tyler and the rest, you know. You can have a category. If you feel that the Asaba movies and the ones shown on African are not glamorous enough for you, these same Asaba actors, in quote, have their huge followings on social media. The Kanayo we are praising today on social media, come on, who is he? An Asaba movie actor. Before the likes of them, he rebranded himself. Who is the RMD? Who are these other people you are praising? They all came from this water. So what I'm talking about, if you feel that their style or their production is not as exciting as how you want it to be, create a category for them, even if it's 2 categories. Now let these people now know that, okay, we are now in the AMVCAs, so we have to make sure that, let us see how we can be able, which of our films can win this category, and you will see how they will work hard.
What about a situation where most of these actors, most of these directors, most of these producers who feel like, you know, the Netflix movies, the Prime Video movies are an upgrade to the Asaba movies? Okay, whatever it is that you think makes these Netflix films thick, why don't you replicate it in those Asaba movies? Unless, of course, the stakeholders or the ones who are pioneering the Asaba movies cause are not exactly open, you know, to the idea of upscaling, of upgrading. Because I mean, if we want to be real, if you bring
many of them are upgrading right now. Look
what
at
you call
Zubio.
an Asaba movie, and you know, some of those Netflix rated movies, you'd see some level of distinction in terms of picture quality, in terms of the transition, the sound, like
the
when you
money
juxtapose,
is different.
how do they get the money?
Now this is it.
How did they get the money?
The money-
Why is the Asaba movie guys, why are they not generating as much? Why are they not getting, you know, what's it called now? Cash inflow as much? Why are the big brands not putting in money there?
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, these are the questions I think they should be asking.
Let me ask you a question.
I hope it's the one I can answer.
Wait, now let me ask you a question, Ugochukwu.
Yeah.
When was the last time you streamed a movie? I am not saying you download, because it's even wrong to download.
Okay, you see,
when was the last time you streamed a movie?
You see, that's the thing. So where
many Nigerians don't stream movies, they download.
Where are
you
these
rip
movies?
these guys off.
Where are these movies available? Netflix, for instance. Of course, you do pay a fee to stream.
Some people still download. They'll tell you, oh, don't worry. Once it comes, we know how to download. You are ripping these guys off their hard work.
Yes, you know, which is where platforms like Netflix and, you know, Prime Videos come in. You know, and I mean, you have to also excuse the organizers a little bit when they have to focus so much on those Netflix films. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
It also gives the avenue, because, you know, on a platform like Netflix, of course, you get to see, oh, how many people have streamed the movie, how many downloads it's gotten, you know, how popular it is among viewers, and, you know, things like that. You're able to gauge and measure engagement, measure followership, and how people are standing the movie, basically, you know. But it's kind of difficult to do that with movies that are not on these type of platforms.
That's not true.
So
that's absolutely untrue.
What would you say is the, what's it called now? The rating platform, for want of words, for those Asaba movies?
Firstly, I would say that not being able to check the progress, and it's very, very untrue. Many of the movies you see on African Magic, Epic, and the rest of them, the so-called Asaba movies. You see, they have their cult followings.
Yeah, yes,
They are-
but
they
how
are-
do you measure that?
But how wouldn't you?
That's the
These-
issue
these
I'm
people
raising.
are on-
How do you
many
measure
of these
it?
people put their movies on YouTube as well, and yes, many of these
I
people
even I
put their
even
movies on
think I
YouTube.
even think like YouTube Nollywood YouTube films are a different category, So we'll have the Asaba movies, we'll have the Nollywood YouTube films.
No.
That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like.
No, what you call the Nollywood YouTube films are these producers or these directors or these film owners. Now are people that will say it's okay, fine. If we cannot do Netflix, which is the next available trending platform that we can use for our movies aside from showing on the TV, and
which is where YouTube comes in
they
handy.
pick YouTube, which is easy. It's your original content, right? So, and then a couple of people may not have the money to go subscribe their cable, right? So what do? Oh, Destiny has a new movie. There are people who are lovers of Destiny to go and they don't like Inasi Sime. That's it. So, oh, I love Destiny. Destiny just put her new movie on her Instagram page and the link is available. And they go to YouTube. In fact, you see people ask, oh, is your movie on YouTube? Is your movie on this? Is your movie on that? And they go there and see the massive viewership. How do you think a Halima Abubakar is raking in the numbers?
Ruth Kadiri.
I mean, Ruth Kadiri, I mean to say. So what are we talking about here? It is these people are this as people you call Asaba movie people. They know that okay, if these people they are not always available to sit down to watch on TV, they can either watch on the go. So I can be in the car having a long trip, and I can just simply go and watch a Cheesy Alichi's movie. I can go and watch a Ruth Kadiri's movie. It is available there. So how then do you say that they cannot measure? I feel like
so
they're just ignoring them.
If there is a platform to measure engagement, why are the organizers of the AMVCA not paying attention to what's happening in this other side?
That's why I said that they need to do something about it, because at this point it's beginning to look like it's just like when you have a
segregating,
child, you have a child,
discriminating.
one looks socially appealing, the other one doesn't really look socially appealing, so you just prefer to take the one who is always out there, and then you take down because that one will not shame you. Basically that's the way it's beginning to look right now. But anyway,
interesting analogy there.
And I mean, we're supposed to do other things, but you brought the conversation of the movie industry, but that will not stop us from talking about the styles. Now we have these styles that we're going to put out. Don't forget, runway will come later. The day will not end without a runway. Runway will come. But let's look at these styles right about now. Which of them are you rocking?
Doesn't work for me.
I don't understand.
They look like actors in a horror film.
What?
Yeah. Nah. Maybe it's the fast transition of the pictures, but nah.
Those are great
Especially
styles.
on a Monday. No. Doesn't work for me.
You can wear them
And there's
any day.
there's a lot of colors, in the outfits.
I thought you were a Sunshine Bobo.
It doesn't take much for me to shine. I'm gonna shine.
I'm gonna shine. Well, I mean, these are good. Come on, these are good. Look at this one, for example. I mean, take away the green stuff.
Okay,
type.
now you get my point. Why are you taking away the green?
No, because you really don't need it. We're not saying you must wear everything that they are putting on, right? But look at it.
An outfit should be wholesome.
I would not take anything away from this. I would wear all. I won't take anything away.
So is that a tie? Is that a scarf? Why is it hanging off that way?
Okay, so
on her pants?
it's actually a tie, but you know how you use a tie
Sometimes
to
in a bid to be what's what now? Innovative, creative with fashion, it just becomes ridiculous.
Oga, I love this and I will wear this. Let's see the next one. I mean, this is good. This is good for a Thursday.
What? No.
You will wear this and you will take nothing from it.
No.
It's perfect.
No. I'm not taking anything. Not the cap, not the shirt, not the overall, not the jean, not the shoe, nothing.
Okay, let's move to the next. This is plenty actually. It's plenty. I think if he ties his hair up to look better.
This is not about the hair.
But I like it.
This man is confused.
No, this man is not confused. Trust me.
Okay.
It's because you're in Nigeria.
Here's-
Oh, I love this one. I love this one. I won't take anything from it. But yes, I'll just hold the jacket, but I won't wear it. I love everything about it. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Yes, it is beautiful. Anyway, this one, I like it as well. But I would take away the sweater tied on the wrists. I would take that off. This will look good on you, Ugo. You'll really look good on this, but you don't have a dreads. This is you. This is you. You look good on this.
Like I said, a lot of colors that don't make sense.
What color? This is just.
What's a green doing there?
Come
What's that
on.
green for?
Wait. No, you need to start. This color is. Can't you see the shoe? The shoe has a touch of green.
That shoe just makes everything wrong.
Oh my God. This is perfect. Anyway, let's this one, okay, is plenty. This will look good on you anyway.
I don't exactly know what I'm looking at, so.
Oh my God. Okay, so before we go on a short break right about now, there's something that happened at the Taiwan's parliament. So the other time we had something that happened at one of the parliaments in Georgia, you know, where they were seriously arguing. So this one is about the Taiwan parliament. Apparently, one of them took the bill because he didn't want it to be passed. So he took the bill and was running. I mean, let's look at this. It just
The idea it gives is an Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible who has a collection of state secrets and is now running, you know, so he doesn't get into enemy hands because, of course, it's going to threaten national security. So that is the vibe that it's giving. I'm not sure if running is going to, I mean, if it's a bill that has the majority of vote of parliament members, I'm not sure carrying away the documents, you know, is going to prevent that bill from being signed.
I think that for him to not get so much, no one was really stopping him. Maybe that carries. Maybe that is actually the idea of many of the people at the parliament. They probably, you know, are happy at what he did. You know, they're probably happy that thank God.
Or maybe they are just moping at his ignorance. Like, Oga, we can simply print another one now.
That's the original copy.
Even though
that's the original copy. Now the thing is, you know, a lot of times people feel like, oh, it's only in Nigeria where a lot of drama happens, you know. But then we're not now. This is let's be clear. We're not bringing this out for you to say, oh, hey, so Nigeria said we better. No, it's not about that. It's basically to let you know that craziness happen in everywhere. So whatever challenges we are facing as a country, it doesn't mean that we are the only ones facing these challenges. And that's why most I like to tell people, when we bash our country on social platforms, when we bash our country, we are not really positioning ourselves in a in a good light. Because if other citizens in other countries were bashing their country as much as we do, maybe we would know some of the things that are happening over there and just seem to. I'm not saying that we should be okay with what is happening, but we should try as much as understand that these things cut across board. So, I mean, look at this. Who would expect, the last time it was in the US, now it's in Taiwan, who would expect that a person would take a bill running out just because he doesn't want it to be passed? It's just crazy. But anyway, it's about time for sports. Manchester City!
What kind of hypocrite are you? You are a betrayer.
No. I'm not a hypocrite.
You are a betrayer.
I'm a Man U fan.
Uh-huh.
And Manchester United, Manchester City, we are siblings. Our elder brother has won for us.
Stand the club that you've been standing from the beginning of the season.
Even
You don't just you cannot come to the end and say you are siblings. Why did you not remember that you were siblings at the beginning?
After all the mouths that you made about Chelsea don't have the top 5.
You should not even.
We not even our two no the top 5.
You should not even be talking, because after all the trials and tribulations, the tough times, the hard times that Chelsea had to go through this season, they still finished on top of Manchester United.
You are not not on the top 5.
But Man U is going to be Chelsea is going to be playing in Europe next season. Man U will not.
You are not among the top 5, as well as we.
We've always known who the top 6 teams in England are.
It is not top 6.
Listen, if your team is not in the top
5,
6, I honestly don't know what you are doing. I don't know why you should be making mouths. I don't know why you should be feeling like your team is anything. Because, I mean, where do we even begin to rate you guys in the scheme of things?
You are not even top 5. There's not a top 6. Okay, I'm sure.
You need to give honor.
If Chelsea was number 7, you say you will call it top 7.
You need to give honor and respect to where it is due. Chelsea.
Our 2 they for top 10.
It deserves a lot of encomiums, a lot of accolades this season. You see the encomium that's making you laugh.
Anyway, I'm out of here. It's time for sports.
All right, good morning. Thank you for joining us again right here on Rapid Sports. It's the morning tonic you ingest once every 24 hours right here Monday to Friday on this channel 176 on Start Times. We're also online at www.rbnradiotv.com. Now, it was an interesting sporting weekend all across the globe. From athletics, lots of Nigerian athletes have qualified for the Paris Olympics. Them Toby Amushan, Favor Ofili, Esebrume, and I can go on and on. We also had 2 Nigerian teams in action over the weekend, talking about the Flamingos, who were in action here in the Federal Capital Territory at the Moshood Abiola Stadium, where they dispatched their opponents not by 1, not by 2, not by 3, not by 4, not by 5, ladies and gentlemen, by 6 unreplied goals. And of course, we had the Golden Eaglets victorious as well in their Wafu B match against Niger Republic, even though they had to finish that game with 10 men. It was the crescendo, the end of a beautiful story. Well, beautiful, especially for fans of Manchester City, but Arsenal fans do not exactly feel the same way, because it's stunning, like an anomaly, or rather some sort of status quo now, for them to always miss out, towards the tail end of the season, and then we go again next season. That's been the mantra for a while now, because yesterday Manchester City won their fourth straight English Premier League title, and now no team has ever done that before. Manchester City created English football history on Sunday, beating West Ham 3-1 to win an unprecedented fourth straight Premier League title. Phil Foden scored twice, and Rodri was also on target as Pep Guardiola's men sealed the assist title in 7 seasons, condemning Arsenal to second place again. The Catalan coach, of course, talking about Pep Guardiola, has masterminded 6 Premier League wins in the past 7 seasons, and that is absolutely frenetic. In 4 of those years, City have also surpassed Manchester City, and yes, they did finish with 91 points. Arsenal also won the final day of the season, 2-1 against Everton, but unfortunately it was a little too late to get them what they showed. Teams third. Manchester City, of course, did finish top on the log to secure their 4th straight Premier League title, followed by Arsenal, Liverpool, and Aston Villa. These are the 4 who will be playing in Champions League next season. Now, for Liverpool, it was a really emotional day, because Jurgen Klopp, his watch has ended. His time at Liverpool came to an end yesterday. We'll bring you that clip much later. Aston Villa lost 5-0 on the final day against Crystal Palace. Jean-Philippe Mateta scored a hat-trick in that one. Eberechi Eze also on the score sheet picked up some staggering form at the end of the season. Talking about Crystal Palace with Oliver Glasner, they were truly imperious towards the end. And Aston Villa, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man City, the ones who will be playing Champions League next season. Tottenham Hotspur, after victory against Sheffield, will be up in the Europa League. And then Chelsea, you have to give them some credit for what they achieved this season, despite the troubles they've had to suffer. They are in number 6, and so we'll be playing in the Europa Conference League. Now, there is a possibility, there is a scenario where Manchester United gets to play in Europa League next season, and that's a big if now, if they can beat Manchester City in the FA Cup final later on this month. Now, if they do that, they will, of course, be able to play in the Europa League. But failure to do that, well, which looks very much likely if you know the kind of team that they're going to be up against, that will be until whenever they get the opportunity to do that again. Oh, someone is asking, where is Man U on the table? I can't find them anywhere in the top 7. Oh, yeah, that's it. On number 8, Manchester United on number 8. And of course, just the same way that they came into the Premier League, Sheffield, Burnley, Luton, they will be going back to where they came from, the Championship. So all 3 teams who secured qualification or promotion to the Premier League are going back to the Championship. And by the way, the playoff final for the last sport for the Premier League, remember, Leicester City and Ipswich Town have already secured promotion. So we'll have Southampton and Leeds doing battle to decide the 3rd team that will be joining Leicester City and Ipswich Town in the Premier League next season. Leeds dispatched Norwich City, while Southampton got the better West Bromwich Albion. Joe Aribo very much instrumental in that one. And so, yeah, that's it. And very quickly, let's go to Anfield now, where it was a farewell celebration for Jurgen Klopp, who of course has called it quits at Anfield. He said it's run out of energy, but it was a really electrifying atmosphere at Anfield as the players in very emotional scenes bid him goodbye for the good work that he's done at Anfield. And by the way, they did win on the day against 10-man Wolverhampton Wanderers by 2-0. Let's take a listen to Jurgen Klopp. Very funny man. Jurgen Klopp on his final day right there at Anfield. All right, and that's Jurgen Klopp. Like I said, his watch has ended. Arne Slot, the man who was at Feyenoord last season, is at PSV Eindhoven now, who will be taking over at Liverpool next season. Hopefully that will be able to offer some new competition, because Pep Guardiola seems, right now, I lack the words to describe how ruthless he is when it comes to the Premier League. Because tell me how one man has been able to do this 4 times in a row. Well, the star match definitely has to be the one that happened between Villarreal and Real Madrid, where Alexander Solot, I don't know what he took before the match. 4 goals he scored in 17 minutes against the Los Blancos, the White Angels. You don't see that happen. I will get back to it to talk about how Nigerian teams fared. I'm talking about the Golden Eaglets and the Flamingos now. But before that, a couple of other stories from other sports. Max Verstappen was in frenetic, he's been in frenetic form for a while now. Winning the Formula One race back-to-back, and he's in pole position this time around as well. Well, he did continue his impressive run. 3-time world champion and series leader Max Verstappen when returned to winning ways on Sunday when he resisted a late charge by Lando Norris to take a dramatic victory for Red Bull at the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. After being beaten in Miami, where friend and rival Norris claimed his maiden victory for McLaren, the Dutchman resisted him to come home 0.725 seconds ahead of the Briton, who mounted a rousing final attack in vain. Charles Leclerc finished third for Ferrari, ahead of Oscar Piastri in the second McLaren, Carlos Sainz in the second Ferrari, and 7-time champion Lewis Hamilton and his Mercedes teammate George Russell. And a big congratulations to him. And you want to take a look at what the standings for the season is. Of course, it was Max Verstappen driving to his 3rd consecutive World Driver Championship, dominating Motorsports Premier Series as no one had done before. 18 record wins, that was the number of times he won, 21 podiums, 12 pole positions, and breaking Alberto Ascari's long-standing win per percentage, and it was actually frenetic. Now, I think what a lot of people are now looking forward to is how Lewis Hamilton, who of course has won this championship 7 times, will fare in his last year with Mercedes before moving to Ferrari next year. Now, these are the standings so far. Max Verstappen of Red Bull has 100. I'll just do the top 5. 161 points, followed by Charles Leclerc of Ferrari on 113. Perez of Red Bull 107, Lando Norris of McLaren on 101, and Carlos Sainz of Ferrari on 93. Yes, Lewis Hamilton, I hear you asking, is on number 8 with 35. It's not going really well for Lewis Hamilton with Mercedes. Like I said, a lot of people are waiting, for when eventually he's going to team up with Ferrari come next season. Well, away from Formula One now to the beautiful game of tennis. It was Alexander Zverev who won his second Rome Open on Sunday by beating Nicolas Jarry 6-4, 7-5 and claiming his biggest title since his horror injury at the French Open 2 years ago. World now comfortably, he won his 6th Masters 1000 title in his last major tournament before Roland Garros, which gets underway next weekend. The 27-year-old succeeded in his 11th Masters final, which equaled Boris Becker's record for the most by a German since the series began in 1990. And so it's a big congratulations to Alexander Zverev. I think he gave a really good account of himself in an event that missed some of. Earlier on in the women's event, Iga Swiatek defeated Arina Sabalenka to win in the women's event. It was absolutely beautiful to see, and Iga Swiatek once again, after winning the Madrid Open, goes ahead to take the Rome title. Is she going to win at Roland Garros? I mean, she is on such a frenetic run at the moment. Iga Swiatek, the Swedish, she is absolutely unplayable right now, to say the very least. Well, talking about one of the injured players who we're hoping to make an appearance at Roland Garros, talking about world number 2 Yannick Sinner. He's back in training in a race to be fit for the French Open after missing the Rome Open with the right hip injury. Remember, it's going to be starting on the 26th of May, and he posted photos of himself on social media with a racket in hand and basically trying to warm himself up and get ready for the big event. When the Australian Open champion pulled out of Rome, he said he would only compete in the French Open if he was fully fit. Remember, he's won the Australian Open, his first slam title in January, and followed that up with his second Masters 1000 crown at the Miami Open in March. But he did miss out at the Rome Open, and he was knocked out at some point in the Madrid Open as well. Well, earlier on Sunday morning, it was Alexander Usyk winning, the world heavyweight boxing bout between himself and the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. It was frenetic. It was absolutely mind-blowing, to say the very least, in Saudi Arabia. Now we have one man who is holding all of the belts, WBO, WBA, WBC, and that man is Ukrainian Alexander Usyk. Remember, he's beating Anthony Joshua twice already, and a lot of people are saying, Anthony Joshua, don't even think about getting into the ring with this guy, because everyone that he is beating is those guys are bigger than him. So you wonder how he packs up so much power. It's that pound for pound boxer who doesn't give you a breathing space. And that's exactly what we saw on Sunday morning. Well, he was undecided. Talking about the vanquished on the day, Tyson Fury, he was undecided about a rematch with Alexander Usyk after losing his unbeaten streak record in one of the biggest fights in boxing history on Sunday. Britain's Fury dominated the early rounds of their undisputed heavyweight clash, but lost this, by a split decision to the Ukrainian maestro, who nearly sent him to the canvas in the ninth round. It was crazy. He was the only loss in 36 professional bouts for Fury, who was contesting the first heavyweight unification fight since 1999 and first in the 4-belt era. And so it's a big congratulations to him. Fury now gave up his WC belt to Usyk, who before now previously held the IBF, the WBA, and the WBO. Now, I'm sure he's asking, who wants to face me next? Well, if if you're interested to get into the ring with this guy, well, I wish you all the very best. But he now joins an exclusive list of people, who have been privileged to hold all 4 titles at once. That was an undisputed heavyweight clash. And let's take a look at them. Jack Dempsey, undisputed champion from January 1921 to September 1926. We had Joe Louis, we had Rocky Marciano, we had Mike Tyson, we had Muhammad Ali, we had Joe Frazier. These are the ones that are now, Alexander Usyk has now joined, that particular league. Before we go this morning, like I told you, we had a couple of Nigerian teams who were absolutely exciting to watch over the weekend. Well, top on the list would be the Flamingos of Nigeria, who are in action at the Moshood Abiola Stadium against their Burkina Faso counterparts, and it ended 6-0 in favor of the Nigerian girls right there. It was absolutely beautiful to see. Now we will clash with Liberia in the final round of the qualifiers for the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup finals. Well, meanwhile, Senegal got a stunning sucker punch and were thrown out of the race for this year's FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup finals after host Liberia stormed powerfully to a 2-0 win in Monrovia on Sunday to overturn a 1-3 first leg deficit. And so now you see there are really no minors in African football right now. So if Liberia could knock out Senegal, that means they do have something up their sleeves. But then again, the Nigerian side is one of the sides that have seen a lot of success as far as African football is concerned. And for Manu Garuba's boys yesterday, in the Wafu B tournament ongoing at the moment in Ghana. Well, it was the Golden Eagles picking up their first win of the Wafu B Under-17 Championship after a lone goal defeat of the Nigeria Republic at the University of Accra Stadium on Sunday, despite being reduced to 10 men. Rafa Adams' powerful header in the 31st minute was the difference between the two West African neighbors in a match in which Nigeria played the final 27 minutes with 10 men after Chibike Okorie was shown the red card. Well, victory means the 5-time world champions climb to 4 points, same as Burkina Faso, ahead of the closing day of Group B attrition on Wednesday when the Eaglets confront Whipping Boys Togo at the Accra Sports Stadium, while Burkina Faso square up to 3-pointer Niger Republic at the University of Accra Stadium. A draw against the Togolese on Wednesday will guarantee the Eaglets a place in the tournament's semi-finals. And, well, we could go on and on, but then again, this is where the cookie will crumble on this morning's edition of the show, because he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. Well, I hope it was an interesting end of the season for you. We're looking forward to the FA Cup final and the UEFA Champions League final as well, and of course a lot of other sporting events that's going to be unfolding in the summer. Ugochukwu Dumere is my name, and there's more to come on the Breakfast Show this morning.
All right, welcome back. It's Rapid on. I hope you had a great time right there on Eastern Circle, all the way from Umahia. All right, so we were supposed to have a guest today to discuss something, but unfortunately, our guest will not be able to join us this morning. But hopefully, we would be able to have that conversation tomorrow. But before we go into, just to give you an idea of what we want to talk about this morning, let's look at this this matchmaking that went wrong, and then myself and Ugo will really look at it, if this guy is lacked foresight or not. your village people follow you come.
Wallahi. Wallahi.
but
No, but I don't want to say that. Like I said, it's about choice.
I do feel like.
But then again, what are the odds that 7 men, and not one of them, not one thing about the lady could appeal to even one of them? I find that very unlikely.
Oh, no, they all said that, oh, she's beautiful, she's that.
At least
but,
we got that sorted.
But now you're saying the wristwatch. Oh, you're saying sense of style. You're saying
the
she
first
looks
one
like
said,
beat me.
Yeah, like she looks like it's gonna beat. I'm like, hello, how now?
When I saw this video, the first thing that came to my mind is, I think we talked about this last week or so. The same way, not every woman can handle. We talk about we want a particular kind of man a lot of times as women, but then when you meet that kind of man, the truth is you just know that you cannot handle this kind of man. Let's say you're praying for a man like a Tony, is successful, driven, and the likes, but then what kind of a woman are you? When you meet a Tony, you may not be able to, in fact, you will not be able to handle a Tony. That's the way it is for men as well. So it's all of the flimsy excuses they're giving. I just picked one thing. They know inwardly that they cannot handle a woman like this. She has a career, she's in finance, and she has her side, which is personal trainer. She has the body. She looks absolutely good. A black melanin sister. I mean, she didn't even need to do so much makeup. Look at that. She's beautiful. And then you're asking yourself, in seconds, you're already asking yourself, can I handle this kind of person? Okay, how much is she probably making? Is she huge in the finance? Will she listen to me? Can I be able to be authoritative with her? Why we women ask ourselves certain kind of questions when we see a man is the same way a man also asks himself certain kind of questions when he sees a woman. And then there's the other ones that are just unnecessarily superficial. I have seen a guy who told me that day he wanted us to go out, and then I didn't make my nails, and this guy had a big problem because I didn't make my nails. Like, he had a serious problem.
Some guys want you to look pretty for them,
So, and I'm like, so of all, I took my time, like, which I would not even do normally. Like, I took my time to look good. Bro, I'm not working. I'm not going on set. I'm not going for a show. I'm going out to go and eat food with you. And you make me look like this? And you have a problem with my nails not being done? Come on. I went to the ends of the earth.
Well, that is what you feel. So, but, I mean, there are, okay, for you now, there may be a couple of things on your list. Yes, you may not be able to voice them out. But maybe you've looked at a guy. Hair, check. Fashion sense, check.
Does he have sense? Check.
How does he talk? Does he communicate well? Maybe you have looked at all of the things that matter to you, and you tick them off. Now,
some may not check immediately.
I don't think it's okay for you to disapprove of him because he was bold enough to speak what his expectations were. Now, I do not know how he communicated them. Yeah.
No, in a very plain, nice way.
Yeah, I think it's okay for people to, it's like when you go to, I'm not sure if this is the right analogy. It's like when you go to, a vendor to make food for you, and then he did, no. You tell the vendor, okay, too much pepper, not too much salt. I want it watery,
watery. Who likes a watery food?
Some people do. Some people like some water in their food. Yeah.
Oops.
So what I'm basically saying, it's about choice and the fact that people should be allowed to express what their desires are in terms of expectations.
Okay, so that should be expressed before. I think, like, if you want to go out with someone, right, and There are certain things you're looking out for. I've had someone tell me, "Oh, I'd like you to wear." I mean, I also do it. Sometimes someone wants to take me and I tell you, "Can you please wear a white shirt with a black pair of jeans and a sneakers?" I mean, I do that.
So what's wrong with the guy saying, "Oh, he wanted you to make your nails"?
No, I will not tell you when you are already there. I tell you before.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Because it's a psychological thing. So when you come the way I expect you to come in my head, and I see you, the way I receive you is more cheerful. Do you understand? Not when I say, "Oh, you say let's go out." I'm like, "Oh, great, let's go out." Well, we're going to, and then I didn't tell you how I would want you to look or how I expect to see you. And then you get there and I'm like, "Oh."
And especially when you didn't offer to pay for the making of the nails.
Do you get? And then you're telling me, you didn't do your nails. I've seen you with the nails before. Why didn't you do that style of, like, bro?
Okay, so if he has seen you with it before, he probably didn't see any need to now talk to you about. He felt like, oh, it's totally normal for you to always appear prim and proper with your nails.
A bro should know that a woman will not always wear nails every time. Don't forget, these things are chemicals. Will not always wear nails every time. So in as much as your nails are clean and good, because you did, so that's what Reese talked about in that video. Superficial, like, these are things that can be changed. Like that one said, the shoe. Come on, the shoe, really? The shoe? The other one says, she's not looking.
What's that thing again to say about first impressions?
That lady was looking great for a first impression.
Yes, by your standard, by my standard, by the standard of a lot of people who are watching. But in the eyes of those 7 men,
they just don't have what it takes to handle a woman like that.
Hold on. In the eyes of those 6 or 7 men, she doesn't quite fit into their ideal kind of woman. And that's okay.
I think the most honest among them was the first guy. I find him really honest.
Well,
he says,
I do not
I feel like you're gonna beat me.
I feel no.
I feel him the most honest.
I feel like, you know, she has a great body. I don't know why the guy feels intimidated by that. You know, that would even be a turn-on for most guys. The fact that you're looking really athletic, you're looking, you know, fit as a woman.
When I hold you in my hand, your body's gonna dry.
Oh Lord.
So probably that's what came to his head. Like, if I have a fight with this girl and she holds my neck,
why would you want to have a fight in the first place? You know, with your girl.
Yeah, but it just says one thing. A lot of times, the things we want, we are not able to really handle those things. And so if you ask these guys now, like away from TV or something, if you ask these guys, what kind of woman, they'll say, "Oh, a well-built woman, a nice body, a nice shape, this one, that one, career-driven." If you ask them, "Oh, calm, a black sister," now you have that in front of you, and you say no wristwatch, and you say the shoes. Come on. It's so funny.
There are guys who those kind of superficial things matter to, and I think it's fine.
Okay. Okay. But
it's the same for a lady who looks at a guy, you know, and feels like he's not boxed up, he ain't got no money. And for you, like, that's a no-go area.
You can't manage.
You get, so it's your choice, it's your expectations. You're the one who decide how to manage those expectations and the kind of compromises to make when your expectations are not met. So if you decide not to make those compromises, it doesn't make you a bad person. What it simply means is that you have standards that you expect to be met. Now, if they are not met, you have the right to walk away and say, "Oh, I'm not interested," you know, and I'm not willing to make any compromises to water down, you know, my standards for you. And that's perfectly fine.
Anyway, let's now share a bit of what we were supposed to talk about today with our guests. Hopefully, by tomorrow, our guests will be available and we can have that conversation. Now, many of us should be familiar with Puff Daddy. popularly known as PDD, right? And I'm sure a couple of us will know that he had a relationship with Cassie Ventura, and they broke up. I think they dated for about 10 years. They're about, yeah, it was a very long relationship that didn't lead to anything. No kids, no marriage, and definitely her career didn't exactly blow up. She was hoping, I mean, you know, that young mind, fresh, energetic. You thought, okay, being with a person like this is a music executive, he's big in the industry, you would be able to have all of the things. But if you look at Cassie's career, even while she was still with PDD, it wasn't really exactly as she expected it to be. But we're not talking about her career right now, because eventually she summoned the courage and she left the relationship. I remember when Cassie left that relationship and like, oh, Cassie and PDD are no longer together. It was a shocking thing. But at the same time, a lot of people were like, finally, long overdue. I mean, you don't have to be in a place that is not benefiting you career wise. I mean, you're not moving to any level, like no kids coming, you're not even a baby mama, your career is not moving, and there's no marriage in sight. And guess what, after she left PDD, not quite long, we got to know that she was in a relationship with her current husband, and before you know it, they were married. Before you know it, she was pregnant, and right now they have 2 kids. Ever since she left PDD, there's just been a rising move for her. In terms of music, we haven't really seen that from her, okay? But that is not it now. So finally, after a very long time, she summoned the courage to speak out regarding to the issues she faced when she was in a relationship with PDD. Now, there have been several rumors and allegations regarding the person of PDD, some of which are yet to be, for now, we'll still call it allegations. Let's just leave it at that. They've said several things about PDD, and it's just so sad that when Cassie released a statement and filed a lawsuit against PDD for assault and the likes, there was so much uproar. Don't forget, a few months ago when that happened, in less than 24 hours, the case went down and there was a settlement. And people were wondering, if you could come out to file this report, to file this allegation, why then is there a settlement? Were you doing it for money? Why exactly did you do this? Now, a few months after, a video, because at the time the story was there was nothing to hold PDD against. There was no evidence, probably was just word of mouth. She had experienced the story, and a lot of time, like you say, the legal system or the law enforcement system do not operate on just what you say. There have to be evidence. Even in the worst of cases of domestic violence or spousal abuse or rape and the likes, they just have to show that there is an evidence. There have to be a witness. There have to be somebody who can, provide some level of solidity to what you're saying. Finally, over the weekend, a video surfaced online, which we will not play that video because it is going to be a trigger for some persons. So we're going to avoid playing that video. But over the weekend, a video came up online showing PDD at a hotel dragging Cassie.
Assaulting her.
It was terrible, and it got everyone talking. So first of all, let us start with the PDD assault case. So that is just the picture. This is PDD in the hotel lobby. That is Cassie on the ground. He was dragging her, and I think at the point he dragged the bag off her hands, of her. This is Cassie. This is PDD. This was for 2016, this particular video. And it is brutal. How many more of this could there be? I mean, this is just one video. And a lot of people are saying that what Cassie faced in the hands of PDD was enough trauma that she couldn't even speak on it. Now, some people are saying that, oh, she was there because of, she kept quiet because of what she was gaining in terms of financial and the likes. But, and that's why she didn't talk about it. But then again, this has resulted to a whole lot of, so before we get talking about it, we now have the law enforcement. They released a statement. Let's have that statement on the screen, please. The law enforcement statement, they said, I really don't know why they're still using the word alleged, because I mean, you have a proof there. But say we are aware of the video that has been circulating online, allegedly depicting Sean Combs. Can we have that on the screen, please? Assaulting a young woman in Los Angeles. Now, they're saying that they find the image extremely disturbing, and going further to say that if the conduct depicted occurred in 2016, unfortunately, we would be unable to charge, as the conduct would have occurred beyond the timeline where a crime of assault can be prosecuted. Now, they went further to say, as of today, no law enforcement has not presented a case related to the attack depicted in the video against Mr. Combs, but we encourage anyone who has been a victim or witness to a crime to report it to law enforcement or reach out to the office for support from the Bureau of Victim Service. Now, they are talking about time frame here, which is why we needed that the entertainment lawyer who is going to be joining us tomorrow, hopefully, to have this talk, because they are talking about a time frame here from 2016. But then we've had people, the likes of Bill Cosby. We have Ari Kelly, who is still in jail right now. Things that happened a very long time ago, yet they were prosecuted for it. So why is this different? And this is one of the things that a lot of people, the truth is, a lot of people are asking this same question since Saturday, Sunday, that why is this the case? Are they trying to cover him up or what? Now, we also have a statement from Revolt. Don't forget that Revolt is where he was serving as chairman before he had to step down. Revolt released a statement. Can we have the statement on the screen as well? Revolt did release a statement saying that we are deeply saddened and disturbed by the recent video circulating of our former chairman, Sean Diddy Combs. And they're making it very clear. Let's have the next page. They're making it very clear that they stand in solidarity with all who have been a victim of abuse and remain committed to upholding the values and integrity our community expects from us. And they are making it very clear that they are vehemently against any form of domestic abuse. And they are. It just shows that at this point, are we going to be seeing a case of Diddy losing everything he's worked hard for due to this kind of issue? Don't forget that we have a person who is still suffering from something like this in the person of Chris Brown. And people are saying, okay, is this going to happen to Diddy? I mean, what happened to Chris Brown? Don't forget when he put his hand on Rihanna, people have not been able to forgive him on that. He has had a record stained because of that incident. Now we have Diddy. This is something that I'm not seeing it going down anytime soon. Also, we have an apology video that he released yesterday. So let's just watch the apology video by PDD and then we'll come back.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. But sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for His mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Okay. Before we take this, what Dr. T.D. Jakes or Pastor T.D. Jakes did say during his service on Sunday regarding this, even though they've been backlash, on T.D. Jakes. Don't forget that there was when the stories came out some time back. They said both of them were involved in one or two things that I can't really say right now. And so people are like, oh, he's trying to use this to get his followers back. But then this is the apology video from PDD. I don't know, but what do you make of all of this?
It's certainly a whole lot to take in, to process, and actually understand. If you've been following PDD, and one other person of interest would be 50 Cent. They're not exactly in the best of terms.
Yes.
There are allegations, let me put it like that. There are things that he has said about PDD in the past, about him being a woman beater and stuff like that. So, I mean, if you didn't believe 50 Cent before, now there's a video attesting to that fact. I'm not sure that you're going to argue so much with him again in that regard. And talking about the apology, I mean, anybody can, this would seem like the logical thing to do. This would seem the noble thing to do, especially when it appears you've been caught red-handed. But then again, has there been any wholesome internal repentance and drawing away from that dark side? And this also gives credence to some of the revelations that Katy Williams made in the interview that he had at the Chase Club earlier this year. Where he was, talking about PDD, talking about love, and a couple of people in the entertainment industry who, he started using words like, oh, we have these people who are on the God side and the people who are on the other side. Now, he didn't go so deep into talking about what this other side actually fully implies. But I mean, anyone who listened to that interview would understand that there was certainly a whole lot more that he needed to pour out. And I mean, this whole thing right now, shocking. It's disgraceful, actually. A lot of people did not expect, that something like that would come out. And you also want to ask, 2016, why is it coming out now? What is the how does it benefit anyone? Because now the legal authorities are saying that there's an issue with the timing and when the event happened and when they're bringing forward the case and how that there's some irregularities with that. So why did it happen in 2016? This is like how many years later it's now coming out. What good does it do anyone now? Is it going to still stand as an item of substantial evidence in the court of law?
It can still stand.
Yeah,
it definitely can still stand.
These are the questions that a lot of people are asking, and these are the expectations that some people have. We do not know if that is what is going to happen and if PDD is going to be put away. Now, regarding TD Jakes, I mean, there was that whole talk at the beginning of the year, which of course shook not only the entertainment industry but the gospel scene altogether. You know, a lot of people were. I mean, there was this woman who said she was a prophet who, you know, was making some insinuations, revelations, and all whatnot. You know, and a lot of people jumped in on that, and there was a whole lot of controversy around it. I do not know why he felt that he needed to say something in a Sunday service as some sort of reaction to what happened or the video that came out. I do not know why he felt responsible to address that. But then again, I think we just keep our fingers crossed.
There's nothing wrong with him sending out his love and prayers to people who, I mean, you even as a pastor of a church, you cannot beat your chest and say every woman in my church is fine in her marriage, or every man in my church is fine in his marriage. There are men who are being abused in their marriage. There are also women who are going through spousal violence, abuse. Obviously, Ugochukwu is not satisfied with the Dr. T.D. Jakes having to add that to his service. I don't have a problem with him doing
it's
that.
It's not about satisfaction. I just felt like, you know, he jumped in on the what's it called now, the conversation. It was you know, but I mean, the message has been passed. Yes, for women who are going through those kind of situations, and for men who are basically the predators here. You know, there's a message for everyone. Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to wrap this up by saying that hopefully tomorrow we have our guests to join us and really talk about this, because I'm sure a lot of persons like myself are also wondering why there had to be a time frame, and what it would take for another person to come out to say, okay, I also experienced this. And then we also look at some of the surrounding issues with his late wife Kim Porter. There are some persons are saying that Cassie was very much aware of how he treated his late wife Kim Porter, mother of his twin and the other son. So these are some of the things, but then we're going to look at the part where he the time frame is gone. Yes, we had people like Bill Cosby, we have people like Ari Kelly and likes who are serving time right now for something similar. Yet these things happened a long time ago. So why is this case different? These are the questions in the minds of a lot of persons. And as we wrap up, the lawyer of Cassie actually put out a statement regarding to the apology of PDD. Let's have that very quickly as we wrap up. Now, she says, this is Meredith Firetog. She says, Combs' most recent statement is more about himself than the many people he has hurt. When Cassie and multiple other women came forward, he denied everything and suggested that his victims were looking for a payday, that he was only compelled to apologize once his repeated denials were proven false, shows his pathetic desperation, and no one will be swayed by his disingenuous words. And truly, this is how a lot of people feel regarding to the apology video of PDD. Could this be the downfall, the incoming downfall of PDD? Don't forget that PDD is revered and honored in the music industry, but could this just be the end of all that he has worked hard for?
And to answer the question about why the video is coming out now, there are also allegations that PDD paid the hotel about $50,000, you know, to make the video disappear.
Unfortunately, there will always be a black sheep in the family. Anyway, hopefully we can have an extensive conversation and understand a lot of things by tomorrow regarding this. But until then, I would say thank you so much for joining us today on the morning show, Rapid Dawn, from 7 till this time. We do hope that you've had a great day, and we do hope that you've been able to get a thing or two from health and wellness this morning, from looking good, from the different interesting stories. It are Motivational Mondays, so we don't intend to put you into a whole lot of things that would confuse you. Rather, want to keep your mind as simple and plain as possible so that you can have a very good Monday, and we'll see you tomorrow. Now, my name is Cynthia Agua. Don't forget that you can follow us on all of our social media platforms, and you can visit our website on
www.rbnradiotv.com. Ugochukwu Madimere is my name.
We will end with the runway. Bye.